Hello everyone. I found some time yesterday and today to work a little bit on the project. So, let's go through some updates. As you remember, last time I was working on trying to conceptualize the world map. Here's the brief vision of how I see it. And basically what I did today and yesterday, I started making the compositions of each zone. Well, obviously I started chronologically, so I started with a subzone 1. So the context for this major zone and its subzones is the tutorial. This is not replayable. I planned to make it skippable as well if somebody wants to replay the main part of the game, but already is familiar with the controls and how the game works. So they'll be able to skip this in the future, but still, for the new players, this is a good introduction, opening slash tutorial area. So the composition goes like this. We basically have this subzone 1, where the purpose is of this subzone is that we introduce the player to the basic movement mechanics and a puzzle, right? So this first subzone here, it's basic movement and first puzzle. No NPC interactions of any kind, no NPCs at all. I think this is the whole point, the whole feel of this zone is that you're alone. You're a stray cat. You woke up in the trash somewhere in the backyard. Alone. I also think that a night time would be good for this. Yeah, small spoiler. I plan to implement a night-day life cycle as well into this game, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, briefly. So the player starting point. We got some introduction. Then we introduce them to basic walk left-right stuff. Okay, they move slightly further than running. So it's basically one additional key to hold together with the directional movement keys. And yeah, this small area here, it's more like a visual introduction. So I want the person, okay, they've learned how to run. Now they can run forward and just enjoy the parallax, the backgrounds, the views of the night sky, etc., etc. Maybe some music cues will be here that are fitting that movement, that running movement. Then we will have some kind of area here, point of interest, with the first puzzle solution. What I mean by solution is that this will hold the key to solve the puzzle that is at the end. But the player doesn't know yet. I want to make it in non-interactive so that it's visible. There's something interesting, but the player cannot do anything at this point. So they will move forward. They will continue moving until they reach the end. And somewhere around there, they will also be introduced to the jumping mechanic. Why this is made this way? First of all, this will help guide the player to solving some puzzles. For example, as you know, cats, they jump, right? They jump everywhere, jump up, jump forward, and so on and so forth. So the first transition solution, as you will see below, is pretty simple actually. You just have to jump around. So this is the main flow. This is some ideas that I have for the starting of the game, how it feels. You can pause the video and check it later. Yeah, so the composition of this, but in a more artistic way, actually placing things, right? So as you see, we have starting point, game start, some kind of I envision it like a garbage area where the cat spawns, appears, so to speak. And then what I had in mind as well, the tutorials So slightly more context. So you're playing as a cat, right? And this whole game is going to be without any words, without any texts, without any visual like hand holding, like telling you where to go, what to do. And that's a pretty interesting limitation, because then we'll have to create an atmosphere that will still be understandable by different sorts of players. So what I had envisioned here is that these tutorial points, which is marked in pink, basically this is going to be a wall, right? So Tini is going to run along this wall in this first subzone, and the tutorials will be presented to the user, to the player, in a form of graffiti on those walls. So that's the idea here, like a graffiti to move left, right, a graffiti to run, right? They run along this line here. Also, there is a technique that people do in this kind of games, is that I want to kind of, when this area, when the player enters this area, this here, I want to zoom the camera slightly out so that the player can see more of this beautiful backgrounds and everything. And when the player reaches the invisible border here of that area, it zooms back in. So it's like a visual cue as well for the player that they came back to something, some functional area of the game. Next, as you see here, I plan to put a building that you cannot interact much with, but it's going to be an abandoned building. But this building is a point of interest. What I mean by point of interest is that it will hold solutions for this puzzle. So the puzzle, as you can see at the end, is blue. It's going to be some kind of a gate or something that will stop the player from progressing. But it will also visually be, should be distinguishable from other environment elements, that this is where the player has to go. The last tutorial of this section is going to be jumping mechanic. The point being here, like, let's go down because I decomposed these solutions as well. The point here is being that first solution is going to be actually the player has seen already. So when they pass this area, they will see that, but they will not be able to do anything because we want to guide them first. So the jumping will be disabled all the way until they reach this tutorial area. When they reach it, they'll be like, okay, I can jump. They'll try to press it, and the character will actually respond to that. So they're like, okay, I can jump now. So first solution to solving this puzzle is to simply jump over, like like what all the cats do. Basically, they jump higher over the fence and then they traverse urban urban areas like this. So if the player was attentive enough, they'll remember that there is an abandoned house and some crates around there that they can jump on potentially. So the solution is that they go back, they jump on these crates, then they jump on the roof of the building. Don't mind the sizes here because obviously this is going to be different. Maybe the building is not going to be that tall, maybe it's going to be smaller. So yeah, the idea is that it jumps here. As you see, they have to jump. It's not like a straightforward, okay, you reached here and then you go easily. No, you still have to jump, and you have to make the jump actually, because that adds some risk/reward kind of feel to it, because it's important to not only reward the player but to give them a room for failure because that's slow. That's how life is. But the risk is small. You can repeat it, right? If you fall down, you can just go back again and try again. So they have to jump here. After that, they will be able to jump on the fence here, and so on and so forth, until they will be able to jump over the gate. So that is the first solution for the puzzle. Some notes here. Obviously, me and the artist as well, we'll have to make this path here visible, right? Like visually distinguishable from other environment elements, so that we know, the player will know where to go. And another solution. So there's two solutions, and the point of this is to have a game that gives you many ways to solve a problem, many approaches to solving a problem, a single problem. That's one of the features that I want to implement in this game. Many solutions for problem solving or puzzle solving. So the second one will be pretty simple, but it's going to be kind of hidden. I was thinking about it, and I didn't come up really with another way of solving this yet, but for the tutorial sake, I think this should be enough. It's pretty simple. The player just has to jump against the gate itself on the handle. So the handle also will be visually distinguishable. So the trick here is that it will not open from the first jump. Only those who will try to attempt it 3 times. 3 times. Okay, let's see. 1, 2 jumps, nothing happens. And the third jump, something clicks and the gate opens. And that's the solution basically. So as you see, different solutions reward different characteristics or different ways of thinking for the player. That's it basically. A small detail, I'll have to make it responsive, like this door itself. It has to have a small animation of being like pushed around or shaken, and some audio cues as well. Okay.